You're not stuck. You're not finished. You're not broken beyond repair. You're in the middle of the most beautiful process in the universe. You're becoming. And today, we master the art of it. Listen to me very carefully. Right now, in this very moment, you are becoming someone. The question is, who? Are you becoming the person you dream about or the person you're afraid of? Are you becoming stronger or weaker? Wiser or more foolish? Better or bitter? Because make no mistake, you are always becoming something. Every decision you make, every thought you think, every action you take, it's all sculpting the person you're becoming. And the art of becoming is the art of intentional transformation. It's the art of choosing who you become instead of letting life choose for you. Most people don't become, they just happen. They drift through life reacting to circumstances, responding to emotions, moving wherever the current takes them. And then one day they wake up and wonder how they got here. How did I become this person? How did I end up in this situation? How did my life turn out like this? And the answer is simple. You didn't choose. You didn't decide. You didn't practice the art of becoming. You just let life happen to you instead of happening to life. But not you. Not anymore. Because today, you're learning the art. You're learning how to intentionally become the person you were meant to be. And the first step in the art of becoming is clarity. You have to know who you're becoming. You have to have a vision. You have to see the future version of yourself so clearly that you can describe them in detail. What do they look like? How do they carry themselves? How do they speak? What habits do they have? What do they believe? Who do they surround themselves with? What have they accomplished? You need to know this person intimately because you can't become who you can't see. Create a vision. Write it down. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. What does successful mean to you? What does that person do daily? What skills have they mastered? What fears have they conquered? What habits have they built? Paint the picture in vivid detail because your brain needs a target. It needs to know what it's moving toward. Without a clear vision, you're just wandering. With a clear vision, you're moving with purpose, with intention, with power. Now here's where most people get it wrong. They create the vision and then they wait. They wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait to feel ready. And they never become that person because becoming doesn't happen through waiting. It happens through doing. The art of becoming is the art of closing the gap between who you are and who you want to be. And that gap is closed through daily action, through consistent choices, through relentless commitment to the process. You become the wealthy version of yourself by making financial decisions like a wealthy person every single day. You don't wait until you have money to think like you have money. You think like you have money so you can create money. You become disciplined by making disciplined choices even when you don't feel like it. You become healthy by treating your body like it's valuable even when you don't see results here. You become confident by acting confident even when you're terrified. You become who you want to be by acting as if you already are until you actually are. That's the art, that's the secret, that's the process. Let's talk about money because I know many of you want to become wealthy. You want financial freedom, you want abundance, you want options. And that's not greedy, that's wise. But you won't become wealthy by accident. You won't stumble into abundance. You have to become the kind of person who creates wealth. And that starts with your mindset. Wealthy people think differently. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They invest where others spend. They build assets while others accumulate liabilities. They delay gratification while others chase instant pleasure. They educate themselves while others entertain themselves. So if you want to become wealthy, start thinking like a wealthy person. Read the books they read. Listen to the podcasts they listen to. Study what they study. Learn about investing. Learn about business. Learn about cash flow. Learn about assets versus liabilities. Learn about taxes. Learn about compound interest. Because wealth isn't mysterious, it's methodical. It's not luck, it's knowledge applied consistently over time. But here's what you need to understand. Becoming wealthy starts with becoming disciplined. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have the discipline to apply it, you'll stay broke. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Discipline is what carries you through the days when motivation is gone. Discipline is what keeps you going when results are slow. Discipline is what separates dreamers from achievers. And discipline is a skill. It's not something you're born with, it's something you build. You build discipline by keeping small promises to yourself. Wake up when you say you will. Work out when you said you would. Eat what you said you'd eat. Do the task you said you'd do. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're building trust with yourself. You're proving that you're reliable. You're showing yourself that you're capable. And that builds confidence. That builds momentum. That builds a version of you that doesn't need external motivation because you have internal commitment. The art of becoming disciplined is the art of creating system. You don't rely on willpower. You design your environment so the right choice is the easy choice. You don't hope you'll work out. You schedule it. You don't wish you'll eat healthy. You meal prep. You don't dream about saving money. You automate it. You remove the need for decision-making by building structures that support the person you're becoming. That's how you win. That's how you become. Not through superhuman willpower, but through intelligent systems. Now, let me address something heavy. Some of you can't become who you're meant to be because you're still carrying who you used to be. You're dragging your past into your future. You're letting old wounds dictate new decisions. You're allowing yesterday's pain to sabotage today's potential. And I need you to understand, you cannot become while you're still holding on. You cannot transform while you're still gripping what's dead. You have to let go. You have to release. You have to forgive. Forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. It's not saying what they did was okay. It's saying, I'm no longer willing to let this control my life. It's saying, I choose my future over my past. It's saying I deserve to be free. Because that resentment you're holding, that anger you're nursing, that bitterness you're feeding, it's not hurting them. It's destroying you. It's poisoning your present and stealing your future. And the person you're becoming cannot coexist with the grudges you're holding. One of them has to go. Choose wisely. Let go of what happened, not because it didn't matter, not because it wasn't painful, but because you matter more. Your peace matters more. Your future matters more. Your transformation matters more. And you can't transform while you're trapped. You can't become while you're stuck. You can't evolve while you're paralyzed by pain. So release it. Forgive yourself. And step into the next chapter unburdened by the last one. The art of becoming requires you to shed old identities. You can't become the new you while clinging to the old you. You can't be the disciplined person and the procrastinator. You can't be the healthy person and the person who eats garbage. You can't be the successful person and the person who makes excuses. You have to choose. And choosing means letting parts of yourself die. Old habits, old beliefs, old patterns, old relationships. Some things have to die so new things can be born. That's transformation. That's metamorphosis. That's the art of becoming. And it's uncomfortable. It's painful. It's disorienting. Because you're leaving behind what's familiar for what's unknown. You're trading security for possibility. You're exchanging comfort for growth. And that takes courage. That takes faith. That takes a willingness to be uncomfortable in the short term for the sake of being extraordinary in the long term. Most people aren't willing to pay that price. Most people choose comfort over becoming. And that's why most people never become who they were meant to be. Let's talk about your health, because you cannot become who you're meant to be in a body that's breaking down. Your body is the vehicle for your becoming. It's the instrument of your transformation. And right now, some of you are driving on empty. You're running on caffeine and adrenaline. You're neglecting sleep. You're eating processed garbage. You're not moving. And you wonder why you're exhausted, why you're foggy, why you're anxious, why you're depressed. Your body is screaming for help and you're ignoring it. The art of becoming includes becoming healthy. And healthy isn't complicated. We've just made it complicated because complexity sells. Health is simple. Move your body every day. Eat real food. Drink water. Sleep 7 to 9 hours. Manage stress. That's it. That's the formula. But simple doesn't mean easy, because simple requires consistency. And consistency requires discipline. And discipline requires commitment to the person you're becoming. Move your body, not because you hate how you look, not because you're punishing yourself, but because movement is medicine. Movement is therapy. Movement releases endorphins. Movement reduces anxiety. Movement improves sleep. Movement increases energy. Movement builds confidence. Movement is one of the most powerful tools you have for becoming the person you want to be. So move, walk, run, lift, swim, dance, yoga, boxing, whatever makes you feel alive, do that. 30 minutes a day, every day, non-negotiable. Because the person you're becoming doesn't skip workouts. The person you're becoming prioritizes their health. Be that person starting today. Eat like you love yourself. Stop poisoning your body with processed food and wondering why you feel like poison. Stop eating things that come in a box with ingredients you can't pronounce. Stop consuming sugar like it's not slowly destroying you. Eat real food. Food that grew from the ground. Food that once walked on the earth. Food that nourishes your cells and fuels your brain and supports your energy. You're not eating just to fill your stomach. You're eating to fuel your becoming. So choose better. Not perfect. Better. Progress over perfection. Always. Water. Half your body weight in ounces. Every single day. Your brain is 80% water. When you're dehydrated, everything suffers. Your mood, your focus, your energy, your decision making. Most of you are chronically dehydrated and wondering why you feel terrible. Drink water. Not coffee, not soda, not energy drinks. Water. It's free, it's simple, it's powerful. Do it. Sleep. 7 to 9 hours. This is not optional. This is not negotiable. Sleep is when your body repairs, when your brain consolidates memories, when your hormones regulate, when your immune system strengthens. You cannot become who you're meant to be if you're chronically sleep deprived. You cannot perform at your highest level on 5 hours of sleep. You cannot make good decisions when you're exhausted. So prioritize sleep. Make it sacred. Protect it. Because the person you're becoming understands that rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. Now let's address the battlefield, your mind, because everything starts there. Your thoughts create your reality. Your beliefs shape your behavior. Your mindset determines your outcomes. And if you want to become someone different, you have to think differently. You have to believe differently. You have to see yourself differently. The art of becoming is largely the art of mental transformation. It's reprogramming your mind. It's replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. It's challenging negative thoughts. It's choosing faith over fear. Your mind will lie to you. It will tell you you're not capable. It will tell you it's too late. It will tell you you're not smart enough, talented enough, connected enough, worthy enough. And you have to recognize those thoughts as lies. They're not truth. They're old programming. They're limiting beliefs that were installed by other people's limitations, but they're not your truth. Your truth is that you are capable. You are worthy. You are enough. And you are becoming more every single day. Practice mental discipline. Catch negative thoughts. Challenge them. Replace them. When your mind says, I can't, immediately ask, why not? When it says, I'm not good enough, ask, according to who? When it says it's too hard, say, I'm willing to do hard things. Train your mind like you train your body, with repetition, with consistency, with intention. Because your mind is either working for you or against you, and you get to decide which by what you allow it to think. Meditate, even 5 minutes a day. Sit in silence. Focus on your breath. Watch your thoughts without judgment. This practice creates space between you and your thoughts. It helps you realize you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And that's powerful. Because once you realize you're not your thoughts, you stop being controlled by them. You start choosing which thoughts to believe and which to dismiss. That's freedom. That's power. That's the art of becoming conscious. Journal. Write down your thoughts. Get them out of your head and onto paper. Because thoughts swirling in your mind gain power. Thoughts written on paper lose power. You can see them for what they are. Just thoughts. Not facts. Not truth. Just thoughts. And thoughts can be changed. Beliefs can be challenged. Patterns can be interrupted. But first, you have to identify them. Journaling helps you see yourself clearly. It helps you track your progress. It helps you process emotions. It helps you become more self-aware. And self-awareness is the foundation of all transformation. Gratitude. Every single day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. This practice rewires your brain. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from problems to blessings, from what's missing to what's present. And when you focus on what's good, more good appears. When you appreciate what you have, you attract more to appreciate. Gratitude is magnetic. It's transformative. It's one of the most powerful practices in the art of becoming. So practice it daily, without exception. Mental health matters. If you're struggling with anxiety, depression, trauma, or any mental health challenge, get help. See a therapist. Talk to a counselor. Consider medication if recommended by your doctor. There is no shame in getting support. There's only shame in suffering in silence when help is available. The person you're becoming prioritizes their mental health. They understand that you can't build an extraordinary life on a broken mind. So do the work. Heal. Get support. Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. Now let's talk about the obstacles, because they're coming. The path of becoming is not smooth. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. You will face resistance. You will face setbacks. You will face doubt. You will face fear. You will face criticism. And in those moments, you have to remember why you started. You have to reconnect with your vision. You have to recommit to the person you're becoming. Because obstacles don't stop you. They reveal you. They show you what you're made of. They test your commitment. They strengthen your character. Every obstacle is an opportunity to practice becoming. When you face a challenge, you get to choose. Do I respond as the old me or the new me? Do I react from fear or from faith? Do I give up or do I figure it out? Every challenge is a chance to prove to yourself that you are becoming the person you said you'd become. So welcome the obstacles. Embrace the setbacks. See them as training, as preparation, as refinement. Because diamonds are created under pressure. Gold is refined through fire. And you are being forged into something extraordinary through every difficulty you face. Stop seeing obstacles as evidence that you're on the wrong path. They're evidence that you're on the right path, because easy paths don't build character. Smooth roads don't create strength. Comfortable journeys don't produce transformation. You need resistance to grow. You need challenges to evolve. You need pressure to become. So stop avoiding hard things. Start embracing them. Start seeing them as opportunities. Start thanking them for making you stronger, wiser, better. The art of becoming requires patience. You will not become overnight. You will not transform in a week. You will not evolve in a month. This is a lifelong practice, a continuous journey, a never-ending process. You are always becoming. There is no final destination. There is no point where you've arrived and the work is done. You're always growing, always evolving, always becoming more. And that's beautiful. That's what makes life exciting. That's what gives life meaning. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge progress. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Don't measure your behind the scenes against someone else's highlight reel. Run your own race. Honor your own pace. Trust your own process. Because your becoming is unique to you. Your timeline is yours alone. Your journey is your own. And comparing it to anyone else's is a waste of your precious energy. Surround yourself with people who are also becoming, with people who are growing, with people who are evolving, with people who inspire you, with people who challenge you, with people who support you. Because you can't become in isolation. You need community. You need accountability. You need people who believe in the vision of who you're becoming, even when you can't see it yourself. Find those people. Keep them close. Learn from them. Grow with them. Become together. Distance yourself from people who want you to stay the same, from people who mock your dreams, from people who drain your energy, from people who pull you back into old patterns. That pattern is always wrong. You can love them from a distance. You could wish them well, but you cannot let them sabotage your becoming. You cannot sacrifice your transformation for their comfort. The person you're becoming is too important. Your future is too valuable. Protect it fiercely. Read books every single day. Read about people who became what you want to become. Read about psychology. Read about business. Read about health. Read about spirituality. Read about philosophy. Because every book you read adds tools to your toolkit. Every story you consume expands your perspective. Every piece of knowledge you gain makes you more capable. Reading is the fastest way to compress decades of experience into hours of learning. So read. Make it non-negotiable. 30 minutes a day. Watch how it transforms you. Invest in yourself. Take courses. Hire coaches. Attend seminars. Buy programs. Don't just consume free content. Invest money in your development. Because when you invest money, you pay attention. When you invest money, you commit. When you invest money, you take it seriously. The person you're becoming invests in themselves. They understand that they are their greatest asset. They understand that personal development has the highest return on investment. So invest consistently, generously in yourself. Model success. Find people who have become what you want to become. Study them. Learn from them. Model their strategies. Follow their blueprints. Success leaves clues. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure everything out alone. Learn from people who've gone before you. Stand on the shoulders of giants. Use their wisdom as your foundation. Then add your own unique flavor, your own style, your own magic. But start with what works. Start with proven principles. Start with wisdom that's been tested by time. Take action, massive action, daily action, imperfect action. Because you don't become through thinking, you become through doing. You don't transform through planning, you transform through executing. You don't evolve through wishing, you evolve through working. Action is the catalyst of becoming. It's the engine of transformation. It's the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. So act even when you're scared, even when you're uncertain, even when you don't know how. Act anyway. Figure it out along the way. Adjust as you go, but keep moving, keep doing, keep becoming. Fail forward. You will make mistakes. You will fall short. You will mess up. And that's not evidence that you're failing. That's evidence that you're trying. That's evidence that you're in the arena. That's evidence that you're becoming. Because becoming requires experimentation. It requires risk. It requires being willing to look foolish, to be wrong, to fail publicly. And that takes courage. That takes guts. That takes a willingness to value growth over comfort. So fail, learn from it, adjust, and try again. That's the process. That's the art. That's how you become. Celebrate your becoming. Don't wait until you've fully arrived to acknowledge how far you've come. Look back, see the progress, recognize the growth, appreciate the transformation. You're not who you were a year ago. You're not even who you were yesterday. You're becoming every single day, and that deserves to be celebrated. So acknowledge yourself. Give yourself credit. Be proud of yourself because you're doing the work. You're showing up. You're becoming, and that's everything. The art of becoming is the art of intentional evolution. It's choosing who you become instead of letting life choose for you. It's taking responsibility for your transformation. It's committing to growth even when it's uncomfortable. It's staying the course even when results are slow. It's trusting the process even when you can't see the outcome. It's believing in the person you're becoming even when you can't see them yet. That's the art. That's the practice. That's the journey. And you're not alone in this. We're all becoming. We're all evolving. We're all transforming. Some of us are just more intentional about it. Some of us are actively practicing the art. And now you are too. Now you understand that you're not stuck. You're not finished. You're not broken. You're becoming. And the person you're becoming is extraordinary. The person you're becoming is capable. The person you're becoming is powerful. I can see them. Can you? See them. In your mind's eye, see the person you're becoming. See how they move through the world. See how they handle challenges. See how they treat themselves and others. See their habits. See their mindset. See their energy. See them clearly. Because the clearer you see them, the faster you become them. Your brain needs a target. Give it one. A vivid, detailed, compelling target. and then move toward it daily, consistently, relentlessly, until one day you look in the mirror and realize, I became them. I am them. I did it. That day is coming, I promise you. If you practice the art, if you commit to the process, if you trust the journey, if you do the work, you will become. Not might, will. Because transformation is not reserved for special people. It's available to anyone willing to do what it takes. Anyone willing to choose daily. Anyone willing to stay committed when it's hard. Anyone willing to believe in the person they're becoming more than the person they've been. And that's you. You're that person. You're choosing it right now. So here's my question for you. And I want you to really think about it. I want you to be specific. I want you to write it down in the comments so we can support each other. Who are you becoming? Describe the future version of yourself in detail. What habits do they have? How do they think? What have they accomplished? And what's one action you're taking today to become that person? Be specific. Be bold. Be vulnerable. Let's build this community of people who are committed to the art of becoming. Follow for daily wisdom that will guide your becoming. We're in this together. You're becoming something beautiful, something powerful, something extraordinary. Keep going. The world needs who you're becoming. Let's get it.